Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. This is my review for The Curse, episode 8. So if you've been watching my reviews of The Curse, you'll know that I have constantly been saying that this is the most uncomfortable show on television right now. But it is so good. It really is so good. It made my top 10 best series of the year list so far, and it hasn't even ended yet. That's just how good it is and how entertaining it is. At the start, I did struggle a little bit with the uncomfortableness and sort of understanding where it was all going and what the actual plot of the show was. But as the show just went on, it got better and better, and these interactions are just so uncomfortable to watch. And that's the main reason why the show works as well as it does. And this episode is no exception. It's amazing. Although I would have liked some more interaction between Whitney and Asher, because their interactions together are the most interesting. There was still a lot of great stuff in this episode, which I'm excited to dive into. So in this episode, the basic description of it is that Dougie and Asher go out for a boys' night, while Whitney tries to, I guess, put herself on the art scene by going to those, art shows and stuff like that, and getting more in with, is it Kara, right? I'm forgetting her name. I really am. I feel like it's Kara. I don't know why. I feel like it's Kara. And getting more in with her and her art and like the natives of Hispaniola and stuff. And so in doing that, she's been putting herself in very uncomfortable situations and making situations very uncomfortable to watch, because that scene at the dinner, like, you can tell that the artist girl, I really don't want to say Kara because I don't want to mess up her name. You can tell that she just absolutely despises Whitney, and she's only being sort of nice to her now because obviously Whitney is paying her 20 grand to be, I guess, a consultant or informant on the show, so they get all like their this stuff involving the Native Americans right, basically. And so yeah, that's why she's being nice to her. And so she's out to lunch, I guess, with her friend, and then Whitney calls her, and the way Whitney talks to her, she talks to her like they're friends, right? And it's so odd to watch, like they're close friends. Like, she just calls to tell her about random things, and she's like, "Oh, I'm close by, I'll come see you for lunch." And she's like, "I'm with a friend." Oh, that's fine. And then obviously the friend makes a joke of it and acts like, a certain way, like a certain stereotypical way, I guess, like how Native Americans would stereotypically act. And he sort of fools Whitney with it, and Whitney's sort of like trying to, be all understanding and, what's the word, like aware of and socially conscious of these things, and like, but it's all fake from her. And she's like, yeah. And then at the art show, he does it some more, and it's really funny. After he finishes, like, fucking with her, he turns around and sort of snickers to himself, and so that's really funny. And also and she's the whole time, she's trying to get this footage for, the show of her being really involved in the art scene. And so she's trying to prop him up, being like, "Oh yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah." And then like saying, "Can I give you a hug?" As obviously for the footage. And so yeah, it's just very awkward to watch. And it's so awkward to watch her go about that area, getting the footage, and then going up to random people, being like, "Oh, so what do you do? Oh, sorry to interrupt." It was so awkward, It's so obvious what she's doing. And clearly everybody around her knows what she's doing too. And so that makes it very uncomfortable to watch as well. These are both terrible people, by the way. I gotta say, Asher and Whitney are both such bad people, especially Whitney. Recently, Whitney's been really, really showing her true colors, but Emma Stone is so fantastic that it's so enjoyable to watch. Also, in that art show scene, which I forgot to mention, Whitney's having like this sort of conversation with Kara, and I think it felt like some actors, like some type of actors or on actors type of thing. How Variety does that, the way they were talking and the way Whitney wanted it to be. Like, Whitney clearly wanted it to be like that, which is like, "Oh, I complimented your art, maybe you should compliment mine." And then Kara's like, "Oh yeah, your houses are cool." She's obviously not into it, and so yeah, that's very uncomfortable to watch. But yeah, the stuff with Asher and Dougie this episode was really, really crazy. Like, it's just, I don't know what to make of it at this point. Obviously they go out, it's very uncomfortable, and clearly there's like, you can tell that Asher hates Dougie, like that much is obvious. And yeah, there's like some history with Dougie like pulling massive pranks on Asher, and Asher being like, oh, you know, it was just jokes, friendly pranks. But I feel like that's Ash sort of telling that to himself, or he knows deep down that that's not the case. But anyway, this episode was really good. I just want to keep it brief because there's not that much to talk about with this episode. But yeah, I can't wait for next week. I'll be reviewing it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments below. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you not? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helped me out. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time.